that's better. I just want to see something. It's still there. It's still there. Why is it still there? I have the hiccups. Anyway. Time to get back to it. I'm just. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Why am I talking like that? I think it's because I want to get rid of the hiccups. Mm-hmm. What is that? I'm just gonna put this light somewhere. It maketh sense. Before we start with our ludicrous bullshit. All right. I have the hiccups. Oh, music, right? Right. Hey. Wee. What in the nani the fuck? Let's see. Music, because it sounds deadbeat right now. Okay, so we don't want that. So what type of shit do I usually listen to? Why don't they throw out the stuff we usually listen to? This is crazy. Best of non-copyrighted music. Sorry guys, this is the type of shit we have to conform by. It's the way it is. Hey, what's up, user? How's it going? I'm trying to search for music, and I found some. Okay, I'm just waiting. Okay, there you go. We have live, guys. We are. What's in your mind? I don't know. I was thinking, like, I'm busy still drawing with these things. I'm still going on with what I'm supposed to. So I was thinking we should debate about something. If you guys want to, we want to put this up to the test. See if we should debate. Good lord, where's my brain? It's not a sense of who's winning, just to talk. Because drawing and talking is quite confusing. So yeah, the days of drawing is limited. Guys, if I'm finished having this conversation after an hour, I will show you how far I've come. But I'm not going to show you the process. I'm just going to sit here and draw, but we can have a conversation. So keep the conversation going, keep your blood flowing, and then yeah, you see where we get. So what's on your mind? Unless you want me to choose a topic. Bro, I was searching through my, this is me. I don't know if you can see. This is me with short hair. I don't know if you will, I don't know if you guys can see it, if it's blurry. But yeah, a major difference. Let's debate, but on what? I don't know what to. Should I ChatGPT this? Should I Google this? What do you think is a very deep discussion? I don't know if anyone is up to deep discussions. Pencil Drew, I'm a pencil. Yeah, well, fucking figured. The profile pic and shit. Pencil, what do you want us to debate about? Not debate, talk about. I think debate is a bit of rough edge. Bro, you look like bully in that pic. Why? Why would you say I look like a bully? What do I look like now? The kid that's being bullied? Because my hair looks fucked. Do you have any information on how to commit tax fraud? If I did, how would I ever tell you that? And I'm so poor, I don't think like it's possible. Does ghosts exist or not? Yeah, I think that's a good conversation we can bounce off because I'm lacking creative ideas. So usually you win on that one. We have a good runner up. Okay, do ghosts exist or not? I think ghost does not exist because everything is being explained. Okay, look, for several reasons, ghosts do not exist. First of all, there is a building, an institution, there is books, and there are so many other things, and schools on how to be a doctor, a dentist, a firefighter, a police officer, a lot of things because these things exist. So they build institutions to keep those things in check. Do you have any dogs or cats? I have cats and dogs. And so there's not a facility for ghosts. There's no number you can call because there's a ghost in your house and you need to call Ghostbusters. Like the world neglected the idea it existed on its own. There's no conscious service being let out for that thing, first of all. And second of all, the only time you hear ghosts, can you imagine this? Oh, thank you, OG. Just think to yourself, hey, what's up, Sammy? If ghosts genuinely existed, there are more people dead than there are alive on this planet, and yet having ghostly encounters is so fucking rare. And it's always rare and being caught on the most blurriest, out of focus images, and it's usually through people that is fantasizing about it. I'm saying fantasize because when you are consciously invested in the idea ghosts should exist, it's a fantasy you can't let go. And there's a lot of people proven to show you that if you have a fantasy about something, you will go and look for anything that will show you it exists. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. And second of all, there's no organ connected to your ghost. There's an organ to supply each and everything in your body, but not the soul. There's no soul organ. There's no organ that contains the soul where you can say, yes, you have to eat like fucking pomegranates and oranges and that will help your soul be more vibrant or fucking something like that. It's just non-existent. The soul always just exists in the mouth. When you talk about these things, it exists, but that's the only place it exists. There's no place for your soul. There's no energy that keeps it alive. And in this world, it shows you that for something to exist, it needs a structure. It can't just be a fucking hologram or it doesn't happen. It doesn't work like that. Guess what I was thinking about kidney stones. It exists. That's why paranormal experts exist. But have you seen what they do? I mean, it's like telling you mediums exist. Like the people that can see them. They always see the things, but they have to guess everything that you say. Like, you have a father, no. He died of sickness, no. Actually, he did not. It was a tragic accident, and they'll be like, oh yeah, but. And experts on these things are like the gadgets they have. It's fucking bizarre. There's an experiment Solway. I have to Google this. I don't. That's also another thing. How can it weigh something if it's weighing nothing? The souls are weighed down by gravity is a famous quote by the character. Oh, no, sorry, they gave me something else here. But no, I don't see it. There's an experiment Solway experiment. It's done in 1907. Are you in Australia? No, I'm from South Africa. Sorry, the accent can be confusing sometimes. The 21-gram experiment was a 1907 study by Dr. Duncan McDougall that attempted to prove the soul has physical mass weighing dying patients. The creator. Okay, so let me get this straight. They weighed a patient after death and then accumulated that if the weight was less after death, then the soul left the body, obviously, and so that tells you that that's how much it weighed. It's impossible, man. It's fucking possible. McDougall placed a special constructed, highly sensitive scale under the beds of 6 terminally ill patients. He measured changes in weight and accounted for bodily fluids like sweat, urine, and breath. The results: only one of the six showed a sudden weight loss of 3/4 of an ounce. Dude, you know how fucking small that is? Yeah, hey man, face, you're also South African. What up, my guy? How's it? Like, where are you from in South Africa? But nice to meet you, bro. I get few people that are from South Africa sometimes on here. I get like very few people that's from Germany, and then I get few people that's from like fucking other countries. Pretoria, same. I'm also from Pretoria, bro. I'm here in Pretoria. The community rejected the experiment because of a tiny sample size inconsistency. You see, no, it's already fucked. Also, I'm an artist, guys. Actually, the channel that I'm here, I'm actually busy drawing something. I'm just gonna show you a finished product of my art. But I used to do art channel. Like, this is the art channel. You can go and check out my short videos. But I thought I was gonna go into more of a different rally. But these are like the things I draw. Amongst fucking many others. And like, this is my own like little Da Vinci drawing. I like to write some philosophies with the things that I draw. But yeah, I'm a very big fanatic about philosophers and theorists. So this is a big book. Like, this is a fucking art book. This is one big ass. Do you follow any sports? No, I don't follow any sports. I don't have a flavor for that. Oh Jesus. I do bodybuilding, but not for like competitions or anything. I just like to exercise. For my own health. I have no reason to look big. I have no reason to have an ego, and then I don't have any competitive shit in me. I like drawing, I like philosophy, and I like debating. But yeah, also I have other paintings and shit as well. Like, I paint. This is my sport. It's painting a fuck ton. And drawing a lot. Are you from Finland? Money? No, I'm from South Africa. Start gym channel, bro. I was thinking about starting a gym channel, guys. Right now I'm bulky fuck. Okay, like, I will like respond to a little bit of muscle, but in the fucking video, I think it will look funny as dick. But I think I should do that. I really, a lot of people motivated me to do it, and I really want to. I think I spent so many years researching. I'm not a professional yet, but I've done so many research on it, and I have like went through so many fucking what do you fucking call it? Like, studies and shit like that. And so yeah, I did gym on and off. I don't gym consistent, but I've recently, since 4 months, 5 months ago, I just went consistently with it. I'm aiming for dream body. I just like that. I like to sculpt myself. I don't see people a lot. I don't see people on a daily basis. I don't see people at all. I think I see like my girlfriend when she comes from work, but that's all person I see. So yeah, I want to do that. Your drawings are so cool. Good. Thank you, man. There is no tomorrow. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Maybe I should start, guys. You have a good idea there. I'll explain a lot of the things throughout my gymming program and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm gonna start a channel and we're gonna do it. But there has to be a tomorrow. Okay, there is no tomorrow yet. It's a gamble. I get that. I get the phrase. There's no tomorrow, but there is no today either. This day is just gone like all the other days. It's not a predictable thing, but you can't predict tomorrow. The channel is Manface. I'll follow it. I don't fucking wait around. I'll follow you like it cost me nothing. Do you have more art? Yeah, fuck, I have a shit ton. Even other pages on this thing, I have some. Like, look at this one. Like this, I did like a guy that's just plunging his sword into, like, I don't know what. But this is only on the big pages. I'm thinking, I'm not gonna go in depth and look into all that shit. Let me just, okay, I'm gonna take cheap, oh shit, I can. So, I have a shit ton of books that's holding this camera up. How did I fuck myself like this? Okay, I have another book. There has to be another book, right? Okay, I have. Which one is this one? Oh, this one's the Ulchi one. Like, it's all the old shit. Fuck. Wait. I got it. Oh shit. Okay, so I'm gonna stand a little bit back for this one. You look skinny to average physique in clothes because I'm shredded. Yeah, I'm trying to get shredded now. Oh, can you please say Seth is the GOAT? We are betting on 300 Rand. Bro, Seth is the GOAT, bro. And you're welcome for that 300 Rand. You should get sponsored by Al Ariel. I should check that. It's okay, don't mess up your flow. What's your opinion on... what the fuck? Utilitarian ethics. I'm gonna tell you now. So, I don't know if you can see this. Okay, so this is like a little... you can see it's old paper, but like a little spaceman. And then there's like trees, abandoned house, and then there's this brain creature. There's a path. This is a big paper. Okay, let me get something else. I have a book here, a whole folder. I have so many art, bro. I just put this away for so long. Also, I'm gonna answer your question now on what. I'm gonna Google it first. Would you mind? Because I don't know anything in this world, so you know I have to Google to know. Okay, I can't even say it. That's how fresh this is to me. Utilitarian ethics. Utilitarian ethics, right? Meaning. Let's do that. Utilitarian ethics is a moral theory starting by the right action is the one that produces the greatest amount of happiness or well-being for the greatest number of people. Consequentialism, actions are judged solely by their outcomes or results, not by the intentions behind them. Moral goodness is defined as maximizing pleasure and minimizing pain or suffering. Everyone's happiness counts equally. No single person's pleasure is more important than others. Key thinker, the founder of modern, who created a system to mathematically calculate the balance of pleasure versus pain. What are you trying to aim here? Like, what is your perspective about this? All of the Dead is nice. Oh, I'll check that out. Self-nature, what do you mean by pleasure? Look, for the thing that I understand is you need pain. You can't have pleasure, okay? Pleasure derives from the depth of pain or miserable or suffering or whatever. So if I can give you all the joy in the world, it will subside because there's no enough pleasure. You will aim for more, okay? It's a thing. And unfortunately, there's no such thing as, pleasure is not a um, actions are judged solely by their outcomes or results, not by the intentions behind it. That also doesn't make sense to me because actions can be judged differently as well. A lot of people's actions are not their internal thoughts, and probably some people do bad things for good reasons because they had good intentions or something, and some people do good things for bad intentions. I've met so many guys that has flattered women, um, led them into a thinking that they are special and fucking amazing and stuff like that, only for sex. That's good intent. That's good action with bad intentions. And then I have seen people who, you know, they got angry and they hit someone and it was unreasonable, but it's only because that person was talking about their mother or in certain ways. It's just, it's the action does not explain the full consequences of what was going on. It doesn't weigh the value. The most moral action is the one that produces the greatest good and happiness for the greatest number of people. So this is like a colossal, like a collective, telling a harmless white lie to spare a friend deep emotion. Pain can be seen as if the overall net happiness is higher than telling a brutal truth. In a crisis, stealing bread from a wealthy person who don't miss it to feed a starving family maximize survival and happiness for those in critical need. Actual and rule. God damn it, there's more. Is like making unbiased choices for the good of society. Grow your hair and beard more and get an eyebrow scar. You're good for alcohol. Ah, jeez, user. Hey, what's up, Orange Cat? It's like making unbiased choices for the good of society. Okay, I hear you. I hear you. So we're thinking about actions you take in the good of society. Society doesn't quite give a fuck. Like in a moral sense, it's okay. Stay with me on this one, okay? This is, I tell this to everyone. Whatever I'm saying is not facts, and I cannot tell you in whatever you have studied if you're right or wrong. I call this the bullshit table, okay? Sup, Brownie? Everything I'm gonna say is on a bullshit table. It means like you cannot take my words face value because I'm just a talker. I'm I'm not stating facts. I'm not writing this in stone. So you don't need to feel like this fucking dude is pretending to know. I don't know shit. Society all do is take. Yeah. So one drop of water, okay? It comes from chaos. It builded up order and structure. The drop fell on the ground. It was order. Now thousands of drops hit the ground. It's chaos. Even the sound is not controlled anymore. It's chaos. But that brings order into plants. Too many plants growing causes chaos. Once the chaos outgrows itself, structures like branches, fruits, and leaves build order again. Then the seasons come and cause chaos. Nature comes with rain and weather and storms and causes more chaos, and then more order grows from it. Same thing with society. I, as one person, isolated in a room, I have order. But too many people in a room orders chaos. Crazy, right? And now add more people to it, and the chaos becomes order. So when we say society is just a collection of fucking chaos. Each person has an agenda. You were raised with a culture, a tradition, a religion, and many more, and household rules. Okay? Everyone can be one religion, but whatever you respect in your household is gonna differ from mine, and we're gonna clash if we ever have to like talk about any of it. Or you do something that I don't prefer, right? Maybe you prefer principle-based ethics or virtue-based ethics. Anyways, it's some interesting philosophy to investigate. For sure, money. I think you're on the money, and that's let me check. But that's actually a good thing. You're opening up so many doors for me here to think about. I'm introvert user. I'm also an introvert, and it's because I cannot look into your eyes that I can speak freely. Because if I had to look in your eyes and I had to speak to a few people looking back at me, I started stutter, anxiety, so many things. The introverted symptoms, like I can't do it. Even if I go to interviews or I have to talk to someone, Like, give me some alcohol, right? I don't drink, but once I drink, I can say shit and don't care. I don't know why it works like that. Why? I don't know. Um, but I was on you. I wanted to search something. Um, ethics, principle-based ethics or virtue-based ethics. Let's go with difference between. I have a short memory span, so fuck it. Based ethics and virtue-based ethics and principle-based. Between principle and fucking virtue. God damn it! Where's my brain today? Why can't I remember anything? Virtue, fuck virtue. What do I think about virtual ethics? Okay, let's just pretend I struggled that badly. Adderall helps me with that. Lol. Yeah, I need to get some Adderall because my ADHD is fucking through the roof. I recently got diagnosed with anxiety and social anxiety. Yeah, it's the worst. I also got the same thing. I had a panic disorder, so it stems from the anxiety. It also anxiety is linked to a sense of depression as well. So if you don't talk a lot with people, that will develop within you. It's because you are opening doors to a different nature of being alone. I have ADD as well. Jesus, money. Good luck, bro. Oh, sorry for your. Oh yeah, fuck it is bad. Sometimes when people keep watching me in public, I forget to walk. You know what I get? When I'm reading something, I'm picturing myself reading it, and then I don't read anything. I just read words, but I don't take it in. I just picture myself reading something. I cannot focus. If you ask me to focus, I fucking become brain dead. I just can't. I just if the more I try, if you tell me to hear, I have to hear more. I can't. It's just hard. So yeah, the main difference between principle-based ethics, deontology, and virtue ethics. My man, I have to say thank you. I lack so much in these types of things. So you just open up like a whole new subject for me to just fucking bounce on. So next time when you see me on live stream, I'm gonna be so full of reading this shit. We can have a good conversation about it. Whenever I'm in a contest and there's a lot of crowded people, I really get anxious and stutter a lot. That's the thing, okay? With me, I get somehow good performance when people look at me when I'm drawing, and I do good on performances like I also do gymnastics, backflips with this weight. I did one on live stream for the Orange Cat knows. I was a very poor backflip because I didn't do it in a long time. But back then, when people watched me, I was, if there was a crowd watching me doing a backflip, I did a super high backflip. I did a super high front flip, side flips, B twists. Bro, I was like, I did the corkscrews, everything. And people were like, how the fuck do you do that? I'm like, I don't know why I perform so well when there's people. I think it's just probably because of the adrenaline of people watching. XP, right? But yeah, but yeah, when it comes to speeches, I don't do speeches in front of people. It's the worst. That's my kryptonite. Whenever I get one of my attacks, I text this and he makes me feel better. What I do is, and this helps a little bit. It doesn't help a lot and it doesn't give you something to get rid of your anxiety. But Orange Cat, if there's one thing you can try, when I get anxiety, it feels like I'm gonna die. Literally, it feels like my body is killing itself from the inside, and it's happening now. I'm fucking dying. And what the only thing I can do is I can try and stay calm, but in the inside I don't feel calm, right? So I smell. I try to like sense through my nose. I put all my senses into my nose. I'm just trying to smell. Whatever I'm smelling kind of stimulates my brain. So when I'm smelling like petrol or whatever, if I'm in the streets and I smell leaves, I smell summer, then it kind of like calms my nerves for some reason. It gets me into the now. I think that's the point of anxiety also, is like to get your senses to feel that you're back into where you are now. I'm not sure what it is, but I just break down like shit. Oh. No, I get like a literal fucking I'm dying feeling, like my body hyperventilates. I just sweat. it just takes the weirdest tweaks to get me into it, and it usually doesn't have to do with anything like loud noises or anything. I can sit and be calm, and then like the other night we had this movie that we were watching. This guy was underwater, and something was kept like pushing him down, and so because that guy couldn't get his air, I couldn't get my air, and I started to like hyperventilate, and then the anxiety fucking sparked. I was on the floor. I was trying to like I was clenching in, and literally just biting. I shake and tweak a shit. So yeah, I don't feel like that's the best thing to happen to anyone. Um, but yeah, every anxiety is different. It's never the same. It's a mind fuck. Does anyone know what to say to a boy that has crush on me? I'm so shame, Brownie. Um, do you like him? I would rather suggest you just don't date at all. Just tell him, hey, let's be friends. Because, and if he asks like, hey, but then just tell him like, what do you want? If we're together, what would be the point? My brain is usually quiet, like right now, but then it just goes crazy, like three overstimulating songs play at the same time, a voice narrating my favorite movie and another voice overanalyzing my every emotion. That's ADHD, bro. You have to go and get diagnosed with it, or like go and let them like analyze you. We're still friends. Oh, yeah, but I mean, what if you confess these feelings, Brownie? It's not gonna change your relationship. In fact, saying it out loud, because I think the both of you know how you feel about each other. I think if you bring it up to light when you talk about it, then yeah, it's gonna make it awkward, and whatever you felt for each other is gonna become weird, and then that's gonna make everything miserable. So don't do it. Just like leave hints. It keeps things happy and fresh. I'm hypersensitive, so it gets painful sometimes. Um, yeah, well, usually people with ADHD, I'm not saying like you're fully diagnosed with it or in any way or case, but what you're describing is an overstimulated brain, okay? Like you overthink, not for stress reasons, just because I have the same thing is where I keep thinking of everything, and it's not because I want to, it's just noise. It's fucking noise. I hear discussions, songs, ideas for sketches, philosophies, and so sometimes I like scratch on the sides. Here in the sides, you'll see there's marks. I scratch because it kind of fucks with me. So yeah. Hey bro, what's up? Long time to meet you. Hey, what's up, Pooja? But yeah, if you have also other cases where you struggle to focus, you'd rather procrastinate than to focus on boring things. It's very hard for you to keep patterns. You sometimes quit halfway doing something to start something else, only because your interest spiked real high to finish something else. Um, and you come back and you realize, shit, I haven't finished this. I started this, and then I just jumped. Um, so yeah, it's ADHD is a very hard thing to. It's not something you can navigate. You're just fucked with it. I'm half lesbian and always lol. My lesbian best friend has a crush on me, but it's completely okay because we're not gonna date. Maybe until we're old enough. Yeah, then me and my girl best friend. Brownie, listen. I understand. Okay, I just think you know when I was your age, I thought I understood life, right? Like we can talk and we can debate, and that makes us feel like we're in control of life, right? We're like adults now. It was up until a further development happened when I was a bit older, where my brain changed. Whatever you think you're half lesbian or anything, you're not. Okay, give yourself space. Whatever, because what is grown up stuff, and I didn't know there was such thing as grown up stuff until I developed, and my brain developed, and I realized, oh shit, half of the things I thought I understood and conversations I had with people, it was all fucking blind because I thought I understood. What you're talking about is based off what you've heard and saw, not what you actually know inside. It's like it's like you explaining heartburn to me. Heartburn is a fucking shit feeling, but until you feel it yourself and not hear the symptoms, it's two different things. The symptoms that you'll feel is way different than just hearing how the symptoms work. Okay, it's like explaining anxiety. You're still calm. while hearing the symptoms. It doesn't mean you have it. Okay, when you experience it, different things. So whatever you think you have, and that person, um. But I'm sorry if I what. I don't know if you didn't want to hear it, but I'm sorry if you didn't want to. No, don't worry. You're free to speak here. It's okay. Everyone here is free to say what they feel like. It's a discussion. It's where we discuss. It's not something we can agree to disagree with. But I'll be honest, the crying from touching sand sounds more autistic and ADHD. There is a 50% chance for a morbidity through those, so you could have both. Yeah, but like sand, ADHD. um, looking very Springbok. Oh, it's a neon shirt. And yeah, Bronny, I think just enjoy your life as a little child. Don't try and chase the way to grow up. When you grow up, it's like the responsibilities of an adult. It's not something built for that yet. Okay, it's okay to be like that. I think just being you, you will make a lot of adults jealous because they wish they can still be a kid and behave that way. So grow up and take your time. Don't try and rush words. Don't try and be like other people. We are who we are because we have experience. If you don't have experience, anyone will see through it. If you talk to any grown up and you think you're gonna fool them into thinking you have experience, you don't. They'll know. It's just common nature. So rather not fool anyone with "I think I know what this is." Just chill up. Just go through it. Just enjoy yourself. Enjoy the humor of things. My friends has ADHD, but my country is kind of unsupportive. Yeah, it's not. Some countries are underdeveloped on diagnosing mental struggles. I won't say illness. Yesterday and today, you're doing talking more than art on live stream. Yeah, I thought about it, and you know what? Fuck it. I'm I'm talking more now than drawing, because drawing is it's something, but it's also not everything, and it's becoming boring. People are like, oh well, this is it. So I'd rather talk a little bit more, get to know me, and then I'll post some of the stuff in my short videos. I have some days where I'll draw a little bit. What country do you live in? I'm just curious. Don't ask why. I get curious. I'm from South Africa. Orange Cat is Malaysia? Or are you just saying it? I fucking missed something. You live in Philippines? I get a lot of Philippines people on my live stream, which is cool. It's not that it's unsupportive. We just don't have much. Oh, okay, see. Do you like America? I love America. Well, in certain ways, every country has a flaw, but I like America more because South Africa is. Dude, there's one thing. There's a video you guys need to go watch. Oh Lord, it is British spoiled kids that's going to South Africa with the most strictest parents ever. If you go look at that, that's my upbringing. That's how I was raised. It sounds. I was laughing at how they saw it. Like they think that was jail, it was prison, military school, but it was normal school to us. And I think Orange Cat will see that and be like, yeah, that's our family as well. Because as I can see it, like everyone has a very strict way of growing up, but certain spoiled countries, their way of perceiving pain is much different than the countries that's actually fucking just living in it and forgot there is a struggle going on. Even my parents are denying anything related to my mental health. I think your parents don't want to like open doors to your problems. My parents also tried to ignore it, and they gave me the blame for my bad results in school, for my bad results in thinking. And it was up until later that once I understood what's going on, I went for a diagnosis. I went to a psychiatrist, so we can talk a little bit about this and stuff like that, and many more. Another problem with South Africa. I hope you come to America though. I also hope so. I don't know how. I'm fucked. I'm stuck here. But with all my being, I want to go to America. The only reason why I got therapy is because the clinic had a mandatory test and I failed. Oof. But there's nothing wrong with you, Orange Cat. It's just that some people just don't want to put in the effort to understand what's going on. Um, Everyone has a form of intelligence. It's just when society forces you to do boring shit, they usually compare you with that and be like, you couldn't do the most boringest thing good. So we can just assume you're dumb or there's something slow and wrong about you. But curious enough, the things that you're most interested about, you excel in. It's just what it is. Some people can bite the bullet and do the boring things, and some of us we just don't do that things. I can't do boring things. I get so fucking stupid when I do the boring things. I'm dumb. I don't want to do those things, and I think maybe I'm undisciplined. Perhaps I'm spoiled in certain ways. I don't know, but I can do boring things like math. I think math is actually, if you're smart, you like math, and I don't like math, so that concludes, right? That I'm a little bit slow-minded, but yeah. Anything else? I like drawing. I can draw for 7 hours straight. Gone. And it's a flow of time for me. I go into a flow when I draw. So I'm very good at that. And when I was comparing myself with other artists around me, they were they weren't that good. Okay, they weren't that developed like I was. So that's how I knew I have an intelligence towards art. I'm left-handed. I do everything with my right brain side because that's how it works. The conundrum about that. I have like feelings like an artist. I talk about philosophies and stuff like that. Does anyone feel like Trump supporters thinks it's hard to say that Trump is the worst president, or is it just me? I don't know, like politics, Jesus. I'm just glad this is supportive. Typically, you need a student or work visa. Yeah, usually to get over, but maybe refugee. Our country isn't a fuck up. White people are threatened here, so it's the worst. He has helped me so much. It's insane. Orange Cat, I'm very happy for you, and I hope one day your parents will understand the type of support you're getting from, I mean, from your guy. I hope they can actually learn something from that guy. I think the guy you have is actually a fucking solid G. Okay, but anyway, I was talking about Industron, by the way. um, but yeah, I think that type of support is something you really need. It's really good for you. I was busy saying something else, but I forgot what I was saying. I was on to something, guys. I'm just let me scroll back. Let me see. Does anyone feel like? Oh, about Trump? Yeah. Look, you can make comparisons. Okay. The thing is, a president cannot falter to the society's problems. Okay. You have to listen to me. There is nothing you can do about a president. He has his job. Okay. Your economy is not doing bad. You are not being prosecuted. You are not being left one-sided or corrupted into a position where you have to live poor. That's happening in our country. If you really want to go and look at a horrible, if you want to make comparisons, come and look at our country's president and some other countries' presidents are just as worse. Okay? Look at China. They support their president regardless of his choices. They have to. It's respect. It's what you have to do. It's your country. He's your team leader. Once you start hating on team leaders, that means you're not a supporter. You don't support your country. You don't like what they're doing. You don't like anything. You have to stick with it. You have to make sacrifices. Like I have to say, I fucking have to try and respect my president, but I can't. You have to respect your parents, even though their choices is morally incorrect, but you have to respect it. It's the rule of thumb of life. Until you're an adult, you can make your own choices. When I became an adult, I'm using this to compare with Trump. When I became an adult, my choices that hurt some people, and I started to realize I cannot make free choices. I don't have the free will to make choices regarding my happiness. And I noticed families have these issues as well. As a father, you cannot have freedom choices. There's no fucking freedom in your choices. Your choices is around your family to keep them happy, well fed. Okay? And when you have to do those things, sometimes you'll look wrong when you tell your little daughter or little son, no, you cannot do that. You're not allowed to go out. You're not allowed to do these things. Come back. And you're like, ah, fuck you. You're taking away my free will. You don't want to hear me out. I understand. And then we make enemies of our parents. Just to realize later what it was all about. If you don't have the deep understanding what your president is trying to sacrifice and build up on, you have a solid country. Your economy is flourishing. You're one of the biggest countries in this world in regards of popularity and the freedom, and it's the land of dreams. If you were born in that country, you won't be able to see it. Like I'm born in my country, I can't even see the half of the shit. The people that went to America in this country, Some went for refugee over to America, bro. Those people are freaking out. They're like, dude, you won't believe it. Everything here is working. The roads are solid because we don't have fucking solid roads. We have potholes and there's water just trenching through a fucking shop. It's crazy shit here. Did you know Pearl from Steven Universe, her voice actor is a MAGA Trump supporter, I know. Also, my parents do not support Trump. Anyways, about that. Everyone on the internet is freaking out, lol. It's cool. If you don't support his actions, it's not gonna change anything. You know what's gonna happen tomorrow? You wake up, and you go to the shop, and everything is economically cheap. You will say inflation is bad in your country. It's not. Inflation here is fucking crumbling. Your country is doing well. That's the only thing you have to worry about. It's I know if you say you don't support Trump because you're scared people are gonna like clue you in with him in some things. People are like, yeah, you're from America, right? Yeah, your president's bullshit means you're bullshit. No, you don't need to compare. There's no comparisons made by that. You have what you have. I think you should rather be lucky about that. The other presidents, according to what I've seen in statistics, like Biden was look, he was the wrong president to have. He was giving into so much into society that it was problematic. Perverts rage ruled that country. And still now in today's time, I'm speaking out of what I actually know, but what I've seen on social media is really crazy. Well, he's been selected president the third time. I think, I don't know. Yeah, so is it true you Safa's tech standards are so low you call traffic lights robots? Yeah. Yep, Mr. Goat, we are so backwards here. We don't have any electrical advances here. We don't have any of that. When you walk in the streets, it's dark. There's like the small lights, street lights. It's just, and then sometimes because we have load shedding, so oftentimes when you walk in the street, all the power is out in the whole city. So you're walking like in an abandoned, like apocalyptic feeling because, and this is why I say apocalyptic feeling because the streets are fucked, hollow, bushes grows out of it, and that's in the city. There's water passing. There is trees growing in places where it's not supposed to. Walls broken down. You still smell the smoke of fires because everyone makes fires in the fucking street and paving. You can't even walk on the paving. You need light. It's not a straight paving. God damn it. I'm gonna make a video so you can see the streets and the roads. I think there is a video of me. You just go look through some of the short videos where I was walking. I made a video of me walking through very harsh terrain. That's our country's terrain. So it really feels apocalyptic. And then to show that whenever you see someone in the streets, yeah, they're out to kill you, bro. They're out to rob you, and if the power is out, they'll take their advantage because no one is gonna make a follow up on your murder. Everyone that died in my family was suicide. Crazy, right? Okay, well, some cancer, which was understandably they did have cancer, but so many people are being murdered and they classify it as suicide, so they don't have to work on those things. If someone to die, if I kill someone, as a random example, I can't even kill an animal, but if I have to kill someone, no way. If I can show them the body, I'm like, oh fuck, I came in here and there's the body. They won't even look for evidence. They'll be like, we'll take this body out. Sorry for my condolences. Yeah, we'll just call you for the funeral. You just need to make the arrangements. And they're like, okay, no, cool. You can stand with the knife and be like, yeah, I picked this up. Sorry, it was lying on the ground. They're like, oh no, don't worry, dude. Just go wash it, and then we'll just take the body. So they don't really care. And if maybe close death, and you go to the hospital, you'll sit in the waiting room until you bleed out, and then they'll take you away and be like, okay, well, you didn't make it. Literally, there's people that gave birth in waiting rooms. The baby died. There are people that were having sicknesses and they were actually chased to the emergency room and they were sitting and dying on chairs. It's everywhere. Go look at TikTok. There are so many people's names I can give you. Actual names, like legit. Like I'm immersed in this country's bullshit. There's so much of this country they neglect. If you know how many people know medical things because we cannot rely on the hospitals here. And like my mother, she had like a little eye problem. not a little eye problem. She went blind in the one eye, and then the other eye started to give shit. Went to the hospital. They fucked up her eye so bad. When she came out, she's blind fully. And then she made like a case against the hospital, and then the what do you call them in English, lawyers, they handled it for 10 years. They're gone. They never helped because that's how countries fucking mind mentality. They just want things. They don't want to help. We don't have a country here. This like in the old days, if pirates had to hide somewhere, South Africa was like the place where all the pirates come together and just be fucking lawless. They fucking rob and kill and shoot and fucking do drugs. And it's crazy here. It's every man for himself. All things go. Oh fuck yeah! I forgot we were debating about something. Cops like he went outside at night. That counts as suicide. Yeah, basically. Well, money. Oh, Theo said we can talk freely, and I'm using it. Sometimes I hate it when some people say we Christians don't force our religion. Like, bro, whenever it's a fucking sad event, they ruin. Yeah, it's true. That's true. That's facts, actually, right there. Um, Amazing video, awesome. Who you talking to? I'm confused. Oh, what are we debating? Oh well, first of all, if you want to debate, there's something Christians are always saying atheists and other religions always attack Christianity because that's the one true religion. I don't know how they swing it like that. But then again, do you know how many people try to force me back into religion after I told them I'm an atheist? Like there was this girl I dated, right? Like many moons ago, because I'm in a relationship with a girl for 5 years now. Very happy. She's a Christian as well, but she kind of treats her religion very well. She doesn't force this upon me, and she's a person of understanding and stuff like that. She is, I don't know, she's one of the good Christians. Christianity isn't true. Yeah, we can say that, but the perspectives in other people's mind makes it true. You can't change them. That's the thing about us as atheists. We can't tell them what's true or not. It's just not how it works. If you just want to debate and argue, you can say that, but it's like them telling you God does exist, right? Like you fully believe, that person fully believes. It's just so you have to like talk around that and give them reasons why they think it should believe, like exist, even after some questions were asked, deep questions. To answer your question, the people who stay here cares. If you don't care, you're free to leave. Oh, anyway, so in religious parts, so many people tried to get me back into religion, and I told them, like, why are you trying so badly to keep me in that? Like, why are you forcing this? We could have talked about anything else, but this person, like, so many different types, even churches. I told people in church, I'm not here for religious purposes. I keep it clean when I talk about these things because you can't attack someone on their religion. It's a big thing. It's what made their decisions in life. These people could have done very bad decisions, but religious purposes, they did good decisions and helped other people out of depressions, bad vibes, and whatever, druggies. They took them out and brought them into a light version. Okay, that's good. It's a good healing process. I'm not talking about the history of religion. It's a very bad past, but for what it stands today about the love and support, I love that. Let me just read before I explain further. No, truth is a statement that comports with reality. Truth isn't something that everyone has. Depends on what you mean by Christianity. I sometimes call myself a Christian atheist, and I believe Christ's teachings have value. That's true, strong. But I don't believe in God or heaven. That's actually a very good way to see it. This is strong or weak atheism. You're incorrect. Jesus' teachings aren't original and are mostly bad. Every time he reads a comment, I play a note on the ukulele. Oh, geez, you have to play a lot. If threats of hell, promises of heaven is what it takes for you to be a good person, then you're a bad person. That's true, guys. You guys throw big facts. I don't want to go back to Christianity yet. I still go to church, even though I don't believe in God because He hasn't helped me nor responded to my cries for help, and yet I still got bullied. He didn't help. Yeah, that's the thing, guys. Religion is not a immediate effect on your life or later term effects. Okay, listen to me. This is where we all get off on the wrong foot here. Fuck what Jesus was and all the other things. That does not matter. It's merely a story, a carrier. Look at this like Buddhists or like Taoism or Hinduism. Look at it in a certain maneuver, okay? it's not what God can do outside your control. Okay, I don't believe God exists. I don't believe any religion out there. Um, if you believe in them, you give them life, and I support that because that helps you, and I will always gladly help you, and I won't disrespect your religion or the way you see life. But for me, I don't see shit. Okay, I'm naive like that. I'm arrogant like that. Okay, it's not because I'm right. I just have a different value and purpose in life. But see religion this way. It's not something that's happening from the outside. You cannot pray your problems away. You cannot believe in God and all of a sudden God's moving mountains out of your way. No. But learning the book, learning what your, I don't care what religion you're in, your religion is teachings for you to change internally here. Let's take Jesus as a form here. Okay? The guy was trying to show that he was kind, he was loving, he was merciful, forgiving, all those things. Okay? It's just to teach you because I have seen so many people has this fucking anger. They have so much anger in them. They are hateful and angry and carries grudges further than they can carry a fucking rock. Okay? They are so self-destructive and so religious based because I think a lot of people lost the whole plot of what a religion is. They don't want to change due to religion. They want you to believe that everything happens outside once you believe. Oh fuck, when you believe in God, things change. They don't. They don't change. Nothing changes. When somebody shoots you with a gun, you die. When somebody threatens you, it's gone. If you don't treat your relationship good, you can't pray to God. You're gonna lose your relationship. God's not gonna do shit about that. There's nothing God can touch in your life right now. He has absence. Okay? Existing is the opposite of absence. So if you say it exists, what part? Because there's nothing. Okay? In words, yes. Maybe because we were coerced. Everyone was atheists when they were born. And some were coerced by their family to be a fucking religious person. It's not your choice. It's not like you dreamt about God one day and you're like, oh, okay, now I understand the whole idea. No. People hammered you like this. What's his name? It's Jesus. It's Christianity. It's this. You have to believe it. It's this or death or hell or something else worse. So I understand. But it was actually just teachings to make you a little bit more wise in your head. Okay, regardless what it is. I'm playing with my homemade squishies right now. I talked to my comfort friend in church. She's in 7th grade. Oh, that's great. Dionysians, do you want to help him? I sure don't have time for that, but if he is part of a community, he should out to others in that community to know. Don't waste your time reading Bibles. Yeah, it's not gonna help. Like, you're not actually showing anything. But yeah, it's regardless of, look at every religion out there, it's only to teach you where to have some patience and thinking and stuff like that. But once you want to like take it too far, yeah, you lose the plot. If you acknowledge the actual existence of the Jewish people, then Jesus likely existed as well. Look, if he did or not, I don't think any supernatural thing happened. You know how easy it is for people to manipulate? The same people that taught you religious things were the same people that lie to you, that manipulate you, that makes false stories for their self-advantages because you are robbing them of something. These are the same people that told you these stories and the Bible and everything about that. You can demonstrate or prove atheism, therefore it's illogical. You need to be agnostic to be consistent without having a cognitive dissonance. No, it's not like that. Generally, I don't want to call Christianity a cult, but I may call it the followers of Jesus. Well, I mean, religion, well, Christianity is where you have to drink blood and eat flesh. Even though it's wine and bread, why do you want to go that far to say blood and flesh? I mean, if I said, no, we believe in the horn cult and we eat flesh and blood, even though it's wine and bread, people will be like, no, you can't do that. But when it's Christianity, it has some righteous sense to it. Okay, first of all, and second of all, you cannot get rid of sins. The Bible said that they got rid of sins so many times and then it came back. And then they had to make a new plan. Like Noah, they had to wash the earth of water. First of all, where did all that water go? How did the animals get back to their land or habitats? What did they eat for 40 days? I mean, you bring on 2 deers on a boat and for 40 fucking days, the lions couldn't eat those deers. I mean, I think every animal fucked each other up. And how did they work things out? I mean, only 2 deers? How the fuck did those lions have a diet? Let's say they ate their own 2 deers. First of all, deers are extinct now. And second of all, The lions should have been extinct because they had to die as well. So yeah, it's some things just don't make sense anymore because we have a more broad out spectrum of learning and stuff like that. I believe that the New Testament was fabricated by the Roman Empire. Can I give you guys just 2 cents of this issue? You can't prove religion and you can't prove atheism. That's just how it works. But we would say that people should believe what we do. No, I think you have like the wrong. Like you cannot prove these things. It's how you think. It's how you feel. You can't prove love. There's no fucking way you can prove love. I can prove to you lust exists, but that person will tell you it's love. I can't. You cannot show that there's such thing as love. Why are you? So many perverts do things out of fucking love. It's lust. We can see lust. Lust is anything. Lust is kissing and fucking and everything that's just wrong. But some people can feel love when doing these lustful things. You cannot prove love. Okay? You can only prove lust. You see what we're doing here? You cannot prove atheism, but yet atheism is a feeling of, it's how you acknowledge the world. Atheism is like, I don't believe in any God or anything. It's how I feel believing, like how I believe in things. So you can't say that religion, and also religious things, if they say it exists, it's because of how they feel about it. It's internal feelings. I mean, to prove atheist, maybe you shouldn't just respect we atheists confused if we should believe in Jesus. Also, Noki, he's taken. Oh, I don't have a named religion, but I believe in my gods, and the element are the gods. That's cool, and that's why I say, like, what helps you get through the life, what makes you sleep at night. That's the thing that fucking circles. We cannot prove anything, but that we have a peaceful life based on what we believe in. Love is an action just like lust, and you can prove love. It's not a proven thing. Like what I was trying to show is like you cannot say that atheism doesn't exist. It's atheism is a thing that we believe in. There aren't raven, but okay, but what I'm trying to say is like saying atheism doesn't exist means there's no meaning. Like when we say the word atheism, but there's no meaning behind it. You can't prove atheism or religion, which is why if you are religion, you'd be against atheism for the reason it's logical and consistent. Which is why if you're against religion, you'd be against atheism for the same reason. It's logical, consistent. No, atheism means you believe in nothing. It's not a religion. Atheism cannot be a religion. It has no gods. Like Buddhism is not a fucking religion. It's a way of life. It's a teaching. I believe it because it makes more sense to me than anything else. Okay, I'm not religious, but I live in a very, very religious area, so I get forced to do shit. Yeah, same. Well, usually it used to be like that. Okay, so money, this is where we get at. Agnostic is for you, that makes sense for you, okay? And we will accept however it makes sense to you. Same way atheism makes sense to me because I don't believe in squat shit. Like I believe there's nothing else out there except time and change. It happens. Because we cannot explain how things came into this world doesn't mean we have to give it an explanation. We can also have the next big thing in this world. Patience. Just die in the unknown. We'll find out after death and let the other people that live try and figure it out for themselves. But for the time being, you cannot jinx. You cannot be like, okay, you know what? Like a bus stop. You cannot tell the bus driver, you know what? I want to go to this city because I believe it exists. Okay? Let's say life is in this manner where when you get on the bus, you'll find out. But up until then, you have to sit at the bus station and you don't know where you're going. For now, that's the reason. But I promise you, after 1,000 years or 1,000,000 years, they'll have the explanation for everything. We don't know everything yet. You see, the Bible closed. It's finished. But, what do you call it? Science and shit like that. It cannot close. It's not finished. It will forever keep growing and growing and growing and growing because science is not a book that can close with an end chapter. Okay? It has to go on forever. We can be curious until we end. How is many elements a god raven? What? Agnostic is also a believing system. You believe that it is possible but not proven that there is a God or gods. I don't believe in anything. I don't even believe if I exist or some shit. You can't demonstrate the proof, lol. So you're still believing in something. Yeah, you're gambling, brother. Whatever you say, agnostic would be the logical answer. Okay, well, anyway. Do not judge one on one's beliefs, judge them on their honest and bravery. Yeah. You should specify if you're a weak or strong atheist. Look into it. Like, I'm an atheist. Why do we need to be a weak or a strong one? What do you believe in? Am I a weak or a strong lover? They are. I don't think we should classify. You don't have to classify that deep into it. Like, I don't believe. Okay, so I don't believe. Let me just get the term for you guys. Let's do this. Atheism, meaning. But no atheism, but I'm hella strong, Brody. Do you paint? Yes, Alice, I paint as well. Atheism is the lack of belief in the existence of God or any other deities. So there's no strong or small. That's just what it is. You don't believe in any deity, any God, anything. There's no limit of strong or weak. What's weak? I don't believe God exists, but sometimes I do believe it exists. Like, is that the weak part you're talking about? I don't about no atheism, but I'm a hell strong brother. Give a brief synopsis. Oh, you sound like a weak implicit atheist. Okay, let's go there. What is a weak versus strong atheist? Because I think that's like a self-interpreted thing. Between weak atheist and a strong atheist lies in the distinction between not believing in a God versus believing that no God exists. Weak atheism is the standard baseline definition of atheism. It is a state of non-belief rather than an active claim. The stance: I do not believe that any God exists. The logic: the weak atheist looks at the arguments and evidence presented by religions and find them unconvincing. They withhold belief until sufficient evidence is proved or provided. Everyday analogy: if someone claims a jar contains exactly marbles, you might refuse to believe them because they have no proof. Your refusal to believe them doesn't mean you're claiming to know the real number. You just don't accept their specific claim. A strong atheism goes a step further by making an explicit, active claim about reality. The stance: I believe that God do not exist. The logic: the strong atheist asserts that the existence of a deity is false or impossible, often pointing to logical contradictions in the concept of God, like the problem of evil, or the total lack of empirical evidence. Everyday analogy is: if someone claims there is a live, fire-breathing dragon living inside a refrigerator, you don't just lack belief in it, you actually claim that there is no dragon in there because the claim contradicts everything you know about refrigerator. Yeah, but that's what I am. So I'm a strong atheist. Like, there's nothing you can present to me that will tell me different, that there is a God that exists. I just respect people for what they believe in. Even though that's not mine, I can still respect someone. Because when it comes to someone's religion, it's not about proving anything, it's about being respectful. There's nothing you can change. In fact, if you have to change someone off their religion, I think you're going to change them forever, making them very sad about themselves and depressed. They have to find their way around it. But if they can believe you, then they were never a Christian to begin with, you know? If he says he's an atheist, he's an atheist. Yeah, there's no like weak or strong ground on it. What does a God mean to you? Why must we put classifications? Yeah, why do we have to make it so fractal? A strong atheist is making a positive claim. There are separate philosophies. Oh man, this chat has become very serious. All possible claims require evidence. Yeah, God to me means nature, things we cannot control. Things are that are large scale. They do not care about the lifespan of Earth. I hope you study more philosophy. Yeah. Now I'm generally studying more about the philosophy, but if we really want to just dim it down without all the extra steps, atheism. That's all. That's what I believe in. It's like, do you know how many Christian religions are out there? There's over, I think, 65,000 down to, I think, 42,000 Christian religions. I don't know. It varies between those two. That's Christian religions. Everyone that believes in Christianity, but differently. So if I had to tell you I'm a Christian, you'll tell me, like, what Christian are you? Like, You can't do that. If you're a Christian, you're a Christian. Yes, there are so many differences, but that's if you want to go a different path in the conversation. But the same way for me being an atheist, I'm just an atheist. You can see it strong or weak or any way. Either way, I'm in that field of I don't believe in any gods. What are we debating? Hey, Manooms, we're debating about religion. I didn't want to go there. I wanted to go to philosophy, but yeah, we ended up on this station. But it's cool. So because you can't control something makes it a god. Yeah, that's also my assumption. Is because why doing it in that way? Are you atheist or Christian? I'm atheist. To some people, I'm atheist with a bit of spice, with a bit of fucking essence. But here's something I think a lot of religious people need to keep in mind, though. Back then, they couldn't diagnose you with any terminal illness, like mental illnesses, like schizophrenia, bipolarity. So people thought you were possessed or like you saw some shit. Now we know, like when you see shit, maybe you're schizophrenic, and they can diagnose you, put you through a CAT scan, stuff like that. Back then, they couldn't do these things, and so they can just like we have to take your word for it. Some of these people were leaders. My culture has been around way before Christianity was even a thought. Yeah, that's also another thing. During the floods in the Christianity Bible story, other religions like the Egyptian religions and stuff like that, they didn't have a flood. They didn't even mention it. Some mentioned a small flood, but the whole world wasn't underwater. It was only a certain part. That's not the point. Was your culture around before God Himself, though? Oh, I see what you're saying. Um, I don't think the existence it just doesn't work like that. I mean, where did God begin? Because that's the biggest orthodox ever. Is you can't say like He didn't have a beginning. Everything needs a start. The Celtic culture didn't have a flood. Yeah, that's the thing. So did nature create mankind? Yes. Mankind is a symptom of nature. You didn't come into this world like you came from some space form. You came out of this world like oranges come out of a tree. Okay, not the same like growth spurt, but you came out of this planet's growth process. I mean, what did God create the dinosaurs and had some revelation about dinosaurs before they had to die? I mean, did they have their own rapture? Think about that. What happened to them? Was God like, okay, now I see what I did. Now I'm gonna try over. Like it's just a canvas. It's just not the way it works. Okay, where did the dinosaurs come from? Did God just create them for millions of years? And then He's thought, you know what, millions and millions of effort on dinosaurs. I'm just gonna fucking wipe them. Like, imagine He's tired of us. We made more mistakes than the dinosaurs. You think just one day we'll be like, you know what, fuck it. There's no heaven. We're just gonna make new people. I think I understand my problem now because we're flooding of mistakes. We're so full of fucking holes of mistakes. Let's argue God is real. Are you worried about your judgment? I think I deserve an apology from God, if that makes sense. I'm putting very high stakes here. Only because, you're absent and you don't say or help or anything for this world to burn. And then when we go up there, I mean, imagine this. I did something wrong in my family's eyes, right? In my dad's eyes. Maybe I scratched his car with a key or something. Then he'll be like, you know what? You did something wrong. I'm going to fucking spank you. Boom. Five of the best. Punishment. Boom. Over. Okay. I love you now. It's cool. You're done. I spanked you. You know what your problem was. Go and think about what you did. That's cool. The day after that, tomorrow, he's going to laugh with me. He's going to share me an ice cream. He's going to be nice to me. He's going to be loving, forgiving. God's going to suffer. He's going to put you in hell, according to like how religion works. He's going to put you in a bad place for the rest of your life without any fucking reason of, despite I was gone, despite I was not there, despite of the absence, I don't want you near me. I'm not going to forgive you, even though I made you full of mistakes, even though I have programmed you to be curious and that curiosity will hurt you, even though I made you this way. I'm not going to accept you back in heaven because you did things and you doubted me because I wasn't there, because there were so many lies around you, so many fake stories, bullshit, rumors, like after all that, you still could, like, how do you expect me to believe in something? I should be mad by them. If everything that proves to me that shit's not actually real when people talk, unless it benefits them. Like, I'm gonna stand there and be like, oh shit, you know, I didn't know you existed. I'm allowed to say that those things, and he knows. Like, that's one of the things. Why do I have to reason or give him a reason when I'm up there? He will know everything, and he'll be like, yeah, I kind of see a point. I didn't actually try. I didn't even give you, like, I give you so many abandoning memories to go on. I understand why you don't believe anymore. Also, 1 and 2 is God. Like, how can you disappoint something like that? You can't run away from God. In your mind, you can try and disbelieve it if you want to. I'm just putting this in an analogy for people to understand. You can't run away from it. That exists. It made everything exist, so you can't run. It can't abandon you, because it's still something he created into something he created. He throws you into that. So there's no, like, you cannot run. So making judgments like, yeah, what if he's gonna say, what if he controls everything? He would have thrown me in there or not from birth. So it's like he designed me to fail, in a sense. Otherwise, if I'm gonna change and I'm gonna turn into something, it's something majorly unexpected. God doesn't put you there; you put yourself there. Oh, so God cannot, He doesn't know anything about your life until you're dead. In Judaism, everyone goes to heaven. Oh, that's cool. Most Christians teach that God loves us, but then why does disease exist? If He truly loves us, then why does children die of cancer or other illnesses every day? I'm like, oh, well, your God, your God does put you there because He made hell for a reason. Exodus, and if a man sell his daughter to be a maidservant, she shall not go out as the maidservants do. Oh. Your bitter and intentional stupidity is not a defense. To me, in number you're brainwashed and ignorant. It's called mercy. He gives you free will. But then he does not know about what happens with your life. Free will means he leaves you to do freely. And we're not free. There's no free will. We are free within our realm. We are free within our limits. But after that, we're not allowed. You should debate religion. I bet you'd get hella views. Yeah, I think I should. Great rage bait. Yeah, great rage bait. I should. If you say so. Hello from Iraq. Hey, what's up, Mafia? How's it going? We're debating about religion. There's just too many things, too many narratives here, and for me, it's not a point of, like, I'm not gonna try and tell you guys what exists or not. That's just my opinion of how I see things. If you ask, I'll answer. How I answer it is up to you to take it. In this stupid theology, even persons is cursed because someone ate a fruit. What? Every person is cursed because someone ate a fruit. Yeah. Also, it's a tree that didn't uphold this earth. It's a tree that wasn't necessary. It wasn't supposed to be there. And then it's just like, if he's angry at Adam and Eve, then Adam and Eve did this out of free will. Why was he angry about that? It's stupid. If you give people free will and the tendency to chase free will, why does that, like, it burdens him? He doesn't, as far as it goes, free will has angered God so many times, and yet people are pretending like free will is God's gift. It's a curse. I think even God is up there being like, what the fuck did I do? Why did I give these people so much fucking freedom? Look at them. And then, and we're like, yeah, but that's our choice. That's our responsibility. Up until one point, then, when do we blame someone else for this? If someone forces you to love them and it's not free will, he didn't create. Yeah, that's also a true thing. People that try and force religion in others are deadheads. Yeah, deadheads. Yeah, true. Do you like to internal critique any religion? No, I like to say my standpoint where I don't believe. But if you believe it exists, to you it exists. It's cool. I can even talk about why we should think it exists, because I'm a free, imaginative person. I'm not against religion. I just don't believe it exists. If you love, like, there was this one child was asking a lot of religious questions, and I was talking to him like a Christian because I want him to believe. That helps his feeding process of growing up. I'm not gonna debate a kid out of anything. I was telling him, and so many things made sense when I was talking to him, but not to me, but in order for him to grow into it. And he was very fucking chatty about it. And still today, sometimes when I see him, we talk about it. Animals have free will, but your God hates animals. Yeah. How are you going to tell anyone who creates something what to do with their creations? You can't. There is no God in sky. There is just moon and some star. Yeah, well, today we know that, but back then they didn't. Like if you're building your own house and I come and tell you what to do, well, yeah, imagine there is no free will if God exists. You can read paradox about it. Yeah, you do agree that certain religions are superior to others, right? I don't know. Nature is our gods. Why you people need God? There's so many good actual questions here. Y'all really need to slow down and listen to yourselves. Yeah, this is the thing. You need to do it yourself. Also, that's another thing. A lot of people like to tell you God exists, but they don't like to practice their God religions. They like to fuck around like atheists, but they like to talk a lot like Christians. That's something I've noticed a lot of people do. They're like, oh no, God does exist, all these things, but when we take that off the table and we don't talk about it, I can hear a lot of atheists. A lot of the actions as well. Even my girlfriend, I told her, like, we had this one debate once, and she's like, no, but I'm a full Christian and this and that. I'm like, yeah, you had sex before marriage, you swear a lot, you do not carry your body like a temple. In regards of many other things, you have committed so many sins and you haven't asked for forgiveness for that because it's normal to you to do these things. In fact, in school years, the woman I got along the most, I was a teenager, so I was sexually driven by my puberty. I don't know, but it was all me. And I used to chase a lot of ladies. And you know what? The ladies that I had the easiest with was those usually with a Christian profile pic. I don't know why. I'm just saying that's really when they had like a Christian profile pic. It was so fast. It wasn't even a fucking tactic. It wasn't just. I'm not saying they were loosey gooseys. I'm just saying like it wasn't a struggle to like keep them. Some of them actually made like rules around it. Be like, okay, you know what? We can't be in a relationship, but we can't do these things because my parents don't allow me to have relationships. So I'm just gonna take the physical fun of it, and that was crazy to me. No picture paradox. Read fucking book out. Anyways, Jesus is King. That's cool. If it's king for you, it's king, man. Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight? What the fucking? Where are we now? Who changed the truth of into a lie and worshipped and served the creature more than the creator? Who is blessed forever? Okay, I read the Bible, dude. Are you going to priesthood? I can send my analyze from that paradox. How can you just? How can a just God give you salvation via spilling the blood of an innocent man? Point blank, your statement comes from no understanding. I don't know to who you're talking to anymore. But anyway, there's so many things in the Bible that does not go up to the point where we are at now. There is one instance in the Bible where they were talking about the city of Ai. God committed genocide. He ordered them to kill kids, wives, animal, like men and women and animals. And the people showed mercy, and God was angry. Why did you not kill everything I said you had to kill? He ordered people to kill, to murder and take lives. Nobody wants to read that chapter. Nobody wants to talk about that chapter. But God actually gave them orders to go and commit genocide. So how do you explain that? And it was explained to one person, like, God talked to me about this and that. When we don't talk about those things, I mean, that's the same God we're trying to say, like, free will, right? Lay down his life. No one took it. Yeah, he laid down his life. That's why he was asking God why he was forsaken. Massive engagement from this kind of talk. To be honest, you have the face and personality to do anything on the live stream. Really? Well, I do appreciate it. Thank you, Alex. I didn't see it that way, but thank you. I hope in the future when we do live streams, it doesn't have to be about religion because I don't want to be judged of my ignorance. Okay, I'm just gonna say it like that. I don't want to be judged for this. Okay, I want to be seen as someone that just likes to talk, and to entertain. I don't want everyone come up here and be like, yeah, this fucking guy. Like, imagine in the future, it's just fucking all the followers I have is just Christians because they want to debate with me every time I'm live streaming. NRM, you have no understanding. If so, prove your God exists right now. Okay, I don't think that's how religion works. Oh, here we go with this. You can't prove it. You're breathing, Raven. Be thankful. Why I can't send a large message? Oh, you can't send large messages. You have to do it in like pieces. I tell you what, Raven. If God isn't real, then stop death, lol. I'm breathing because of my gods, not because of your one hateful God. Okay, you guys are going back and forth now. At first, I thought you were preaching, and then I realized you were just deconstructing nonsense. You can't have it both ways, brother. Yeah, I hate that you're debating this personality, but whatever can improve the probability for an Afrikaner to thrive, the money might be nice. What? Yeah, I hate that you're debating this personally. Fuck, I can't read. Yeah, I hate that you're debating this personally, but whatever can improve the probability for an Afrikaner to thrive, the money might be nice. You're gonna have to like type it differently. Sorry, I'm stupid like that. I can't understand what you're saying. Death is unavoidable. It's nature. Yeah. Well, you can actually see your elemental gods. What are they saying to you? Oh. Point blank. You keep using the F word. You must have learned that from Jesus, who called people dogs. What? I guess you can't argue with stupid. Guys, it's not. Look, that's what I was trying to be sober about. You cannot. What you know and don't know, it doesn't make any fucking statement about being smart or not. What's happening right now is you're seeing a purple room and he's seeing a blue room, and you guys are trying to call each other names because he's not seeing purple and you're not seeing blue. You have to agree to disagree. Because let's say it in this way, it's not to convince, it's to learn who we are. Like I'm learning from you guys who you guys are, and you're learning from me who I am. But we're not gonna convince each other anything. I don't want you, my culture. I want you to learn my rules because it's not for you. But I can tell you those rules and how they work, but they don't need to affect you. You just need to hear them and understand where I'm from. Same thing with religion. It's not something I can force upon you. It's just something you need to know about me as a person. But if you want to judge me about that, like, how's that gonna work? Look at you regressing to insult Raven. You what? You can do better than that. Yeah, you can't talk to the gods that are beyond human comprehension. To reiterate, the Bible says God is not a man. You dumb. You started it. I can talk to mine. Guys, that's the thing. It's like you're saying Beyonce sings the best songs, and he's gonna say, no, I think Eminem is the best. It's two different things. Why do you guys are like comparing shit? You can't compare these things to each other. It's not the way it works. Yeah, gods are not a man. Look, what you're debating now is the flaws other people wrote in the Bible, and now you guys are like thinking about it and be like, no, but I mean, you're just discussing someone else's problems. Point blank, if you are not learned in scripture, please don't quote it. Oh. Well, I mean, yeah. At the end of the day, whatever makes you sleep at night is what makes you right, not wrong. Ah! Look, guys, there's no definitive. That's the thing about religion, right? The reason we can argue about this is because there's not enough evidence for this to be able to exist. Otherwise, there was no confusion about this. If we have to discuss about science and nature and stuff like that, either one of us are right, or like in religion, it's very hard. We're gonna have to debate about this forever because you don't have evidence and he doesn't have evidence. You only have what you believe in. Okay, nature is not something you can believe in. It's there. You want to discuss about a certain plant, why you think it's purple and I think it's blue? We can do that. Perhaps one of us are colorblind. We don't know. But with religion, there's no end to it. There's just this. Why not your God give us free will to talk about it, right? Oh yeah, that's true. That verse does mean what you want it to serve for your own unbelief. Okay. Yeah, you chose life in him or be separated from him when judgment falls upon mankind again. Well, I mean, that means you only love him because you're afraid of him. You gave me only ad hominems. They call that objectivism versus subjectivism. Okay. Well, I mean, if you look at it, um, there's nothing you can achieve. Okay, here's something for you all to think about, right? If God cannot give you anything, He cannot promise you a heaven, and He cannot give you anything when you pray for it, what other reason do you have to believe in Him? Because I think a lot of Christians are gold diggers. They only believe in God because they want to pray for things, they want control over their life by asking Him for things. It's not love. Like, love is when I talk to my father about stupid things and walk away. I don't have to expect anything. God is a belief, not a fact. Belief doesn't determine what is true or false. Yeah. Kind of, but a tree is not going to tell you that. Oh, that's a very black and white point of view. Life is not black and white. Oh, none of us truly knows what happens after death, but hopefully none of us find out soon. Yeah, that's also true. But yeah, like, if God cannot provide you with anything, what's the reason? Because you have to love Him because something is coming back, right? But when we desperately want things, because every time people pray, they pray for safety, they pray for health. In 2026, do we still even need religion? Yeah, that's Begzy. That's actually a very good fucking question right there. Actually, it is. Either it is or it isn't. You have a cognitive bias against Christianity, I think. You should debate against them as well. Well, okay, let's see this person. Jesus says the only true God is the... Let me read yours. Is the Father. Is the Father three persons? You are idolaters according to Jesus. Oh. Why do you people NRM think people like me talk to tree? Why do you talk to clouds? Jesus says the only true. Okay, see, that's the thing. If how can you love when nothing came back? Okay, that's the thing. The only way for relationships to actually exist, to actually make a sense out of this, because saying that you love a God that never, physically actually did something to you, talked to you or anything, is like me having an imaginary friend or a girlfriend, imaginary, and I'm telling people I'm gonna marry her and I'm gonna actually go forward with this. I'm gonna hire a whole building, everything, and people are like, yeah, but how is that a relationship? There's no one there, and they're like, no, 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 no. When I talk to her at night, when I ask her for things, I believe and I believe and I believe, and that helps and makes that person realistic. So I'm gonna marry her and I'm gonna be there at the altar and we're gonna fucking share rings and kiss. And people are gonna be like, dude, that's mad. That's mad. That's hella mad. How can you be in love with nothing? How can you be in love with something that's not there? In the same way that, okay, we're not talking about God as like a romantic stuff, but and the Father, He needs to deliver you with Father characteristics for you to be, as a child, feeling the love from your Father. But there's no connection, there's no conversations, there's no giving, there's nothing. Do you know how many miracles other religions and other countries have? They have their own miracles where stuff had to happen, but it changed. Even a guy that believes in Antichrist, those religions, the devil religions, I don't know how you call it, they also have miracles. You want to say the devil saved them from things? Because miracles happen. It's called gambling. It happens. When some things, I can throw a coin here, when it lands on its side, it's a fucking miracle. It's something that doesn't happen, but it did. Because miracles do exist, but not in Christian form. So, no, if you don't have a physical relationship with something, there's no love, but there is manipulation. I can ask one of you guys, if you explain to me, wait, let me, you know what, fuck it, I'll do it myself. Let me ask this. Explain manipulation. And I'm going to teach you something. Christianity is a flat-based manipulation, in my eyes. Manipulation is a psychological strategy where a person controls, alters, or influences the behavior, emotions, or perceptions of others for their own personal advantage. Unlike healthy persuasion, manipulation is hidden, deceptive, and often exploits a person's vulnerability or guilt. If I put two apples on the table and one is poisonous, and you want me to eat the poisonous apple, you have to manipulate me, and you won't believe it. The way you have to manipulate me is the same methods they use in churches and in the Bible. They'll give you a standpoint, a story, telling you that everyone does it. You should too. And keep on doing that. And tell you a story about fucking Susan always ate this apple and grew like so healthy. She outlived everyone for 500 years. Be like Susan. And there's someone else that favors Susan. The king loves Susan. If you eat this, you go to the king's palace straight away. No fucking. But if you don't eat the apple, you're gonna be with the peasants. We're gonna put you there with the peasants. Where you don't get anything, we're gonna chase you away. We're gonna give you shit. You eat the apple, you die. They're like, ha! I got you. Manipulation is a form they don't want you to see. If you're getting married, what? No, zero sugar. No, I'm not getting married. Was an example. Sorry, sugar soda. It's not. I was talking about like the relationship you have with God is the same relationship you have with an imaginary friend. You can't have love where there's no other like existence coming back. No, zero sugar. Sorry, I'm not getting. I'm getting married soon. Me and my wife are having a nice Welsh pagan wedding. Oh, that's cool, Raven. Um, but yeah, what I was trying to explain was there's no father-son love if God cannot physically give you the love. I mean, it doesn't need to be physical. Just give something. God, I love you, but if you don't do and believe in everything I say, you're going to suffer forever. It sounds totally non-abusive. Yeah, totally not abusive, right? I'm not perfect, but I repent daily and ask God for forgiveness. And look, you see, you ask way too many things from a God. And if you don't have to ask, there was no God, because the purpose of religion is for asking and for hoping that it will come true. You hope that if you believe in Him, there's no hell. You hope if you believe in Him, your shortcomings in this life will be answered. You hope if you believe in Him, there's order. You can predict the future then. You have an explanation where everything came from. It's a lazy way to answer all your confusedness. And there's no physical thing. You cannot have a cup of tea with God. You cannot actually have something, a sport to do or an activity with God for you to make it feel like, okay, I love Him now. You coerce yourself into loving something that's not there. I've seen people in churches cry because they feel like they need something. Why does everyone in churches try so hard to get close to Him? Because it's hard if it's not there. It's hard in the absence. And people need churches because they can't deal with everything and have an absent God. So the only way they can feel in contact with Him is just churches. What's the best part about Africa? The animals. Whatever is alive still. But not the people. Fuck no. Not the people. Not white people, not black people, fucking no people here. Africa's best qualities is his animals. The animals, and I would say, because, yeah, no, not even the nature in Africa is good, because it's dry. It's just fucking dry. Ugh. But, yeah, that's it. Oceans are oceans. Every country has them. But yeah, your problem is respectfully, you're ungrateful. Well, we can be grateful, but that has nothing to do with the belief system. The Jews see you as pagans, yet you are so cowards you can't criticize them. You criticize only Muslims, though. Unlike Jews, respect Jesus and Mary. What happens when your God doesn't forgive you, and how do you know? Real question. Yo, it's Manface. I'm back. Hey, what's up, Manface? Welcome back. The Jews see you as pagans, yet you are also cowards. You can't criticize them. You criticize only Muslims, though. Unlike Jews, respect Jesus and Mary. What? Is melanoma common? Shran X lidar. Melanoma. Fuck, I have to Google that word. Believe it or not. You do not even know how to read. Point blank. What is this? I'm just reading comments now. But he does, though. But he sees the heart. You can't fool him. Who are we talking about? I don't know if you're talking about someone else. I'm trying to like fucking investigate previous comments and now. Like, are you guys talking to me or to each other? I'm trying to get out behind everything here. Sugar, what is this? I don't know. Do you not even know how to read? What? Oh, I'm just rereading now. Yeah, fuck. I think maybe I don't know how to read. But yeah, the thing is, guys, once you, bro, did your parents ever take you to school? Again, just use my name so I know you're talking to me, because I'm confused. Zero Sugar Muslim? Great. Is God a cardiologist? The fuck is that? Islam is false doctrine? Why? Gay Muslim. What the fuck, guys? Look, it's not an easy discussion about religion, okay? That's why I was saying whatever keeps you sleeping good at night, um, that's the way to go. I think there's a good shine in everything. But if you attack other people based on their religion, then, it's very bad. Yes, Zero Sugar, what's wrong? I would really like to know. What? What's up, Zero Sugar? What's wrong? I see you spamming my name. Just say or say, bro. Shoot the shit. Look, guys, let's think of it about this way. My crush likes me back. I got a girlfriend now. Oh, that's great. That's good news. Do you know about Jujutsu Kaisen? Because there are Nua, Maki, Gojo, Yui, Territoria, and more. Yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen, I know, yeah. Good lord. I spaced out a little bit. Okay, let's just start off from here. No, me for the lesbian from India. Oh, and he's Harkin. Okay, let's just get here. In the OT, the Jews sacrificed animals while pagans sacrificed humans. The funny thing is that Christians have followed the footsteps of the pagans, believing as they do human sacrifices. In the Old Testament, the Jews sacrificed animals. Okay, yeah. No, never mind. A man can have a baby. You just gotta get food. Good. Oh, what promises does all of them entail? But he does, though. God is a long suffering, is long suffering towards us when we don't deserve it. Yeah. I think we should unite every religion and Let's practice every religion simultaneously. You will owe nothing and be happy. I have two sons. I did not birth them. My girlfriend did. Oh, does not die. So how would he then need a resurrection? Christianity is. I just give her the seed to do so. Okay. Says God does not die. So how could he then need a resurrection? You cannot unite different beliefs. You cannot unite different beliefs because they have different perspectives, yet they're all the same. I just want to see something because I hear something. There's fucking birds fighting, man. Okay. Now they are not the same, then there will be no division and we will all be brothers. Yeah. Not a cause of concern as they are usually benign. However, true freckles are made so distinctly red, purple, or bright crimson. They are likely caused by something else entirely, most commonly blood. Not a bleeding one. How to check? You can narrow down the spots be performing a simple glass firmly against the red spot. Either fade or turn white. Blood is functioning vessels. They are highly cherry numerous. If they stay bright red or purple, the blood has leaked outside the vessel into the skin. These are known as because depending on how to react to pressure, red spots are usually one of the following: cherry numerous, small bright red, common. And spreading. The spots are appearing suddenly and multiplying quickly across your body. The red spots become intensely itchy, painful, tender, or start bleeding on their own. Systemic symptoms. The spots are accompanied by a fever or sore throat. I think we stop hating every religion and unite and practice every religion. Yeah, I think we should do. That's the thing, right? Listen, if you don't believe it or not, it's cool. The main purpose in the past for religion was for order in society. Okay? There was no president. Some had kings. But in the most dire situations, the kings asked the Pope, the religious person in the churches, the person that was the left hand of God, as you would say. And they used to say, well, let's ask the big man there on top, and then he will tell us to tell you what to do. Okay, we think we should do something about this and that. God said so. The scholars were the religious person, the religious people. And every country that had their own religion had to go and ask the shaman, the witch master, the pope, the almighty one, and then they had to go and ask their gods and come back with an answer, the seeker, the seer, or whatever you want to call them. There were so many forms. They were the ultimate thing next to the king, right? And so back then you can't tell people, because back then there wasn't like prisons and fucking laws, okay? Perhaps in certain places. But there was one thing that united everyone. Hey, there's a God and he will kill you for different reasons. So you better be in line. Let's scare you off a little bit with the devil's work, and let's scare you off a little bit with karma. Let's scare you off a little bit with what happens to you if you reincarnate and you were a bitch in today's world. Like, there's so many consequences if you didn't follow through the rules, and there were so many gifts if you followed the rules. Everything in the Bible, if you go and read, it's all about you as a citizen not doing your duties. What will happen to you? And so people started to fear what was going on, and they said, okay, you know what? Let's work hard. Let's love our wives. Let's stay with them and marry. Let's love our kids. Let's be a responsible person. Let's not kill, let's not steal, let's not murder, let's not do all the wrong things that will disrupt a society. When you said you're not a God believer in a society of people that believes in God, they would be very fast against you because that means you're unpredictable. You not fear God, you're a problem. Because you're gonna do shit that's gonna cause a concern in society, and we don't want that. It was the only reason there was a religion. It wasn't for anything else. Even if you go, there's a book that I've read. It's a book about art, where it started to exist. In the early years, religion started to exist through art because there was nothing to write on yet. The first person that wrote was 65, and that was when he was the first person to write and read. Okay, they documented these things, and they documented in art, they documented in images, in sculptures, and things like that. And a lot of things with this is they had very look because the Bible you have now has all been altered in so many ways. They had to change a few things here, change a few things there. This is not the book that was existing for hundreds of years. Okay, sorry. And the reason is in the very early stages. I know in the Bible they don't talk about angels have wings, but they did believe that the doves back then, if the doves fly in the air, they go into heaven and they come back. They're the only gatekeepers. They were allowed to go to heaven. They were the only animals that can fly up into heaven and come back. That was, you can literally go and look it up. That was what they believed in. And so they made angels have dove wings because when you die, you become like a dove, you carry and you go up, you fly up and go to heaven. That was what they actually thought of. And so art explored itself into churches first. The Church of England, let me just be sure before I say this, because I want to speak facts, not fucking speak out of any emotions here. Was there churches in the past that was built with slaves that died building it? Because I think a cathedral or something like that. Yes, there was many historic churches and cathedrals built using enslaved labor, and historical records confirm that laborers died during their construction due to hazardous working conditions, exhaustion, and accidents. These are churches being built, and they died for building that church. It wasn't heroic. No, I don't even think their names were called up, but they died building these cathedrals. For the Pope, for they were enslaved. It wasn't even their choice to build these churches. They were told to build the churches. The churches, everyone goes. So can you imagine? Ironically, we kill people to build this building so that other people can come in and pray that there should not be killings, murders, or deaths, or mercy and forgiveness. But we just fucking kill people for this building. And you know why they were building these churches? You know why religion is so strong? Why you all believe in it? Well, you know, there's so many other ways. It's because, where was I now? I was trying to read the comments and talk at the same time. So can you imagine people dying building a church for people to go in and pray for people to stop dying? I mean, it doesn't make sense. You will not believe how many deaths it cost to make religion where it is now. And that was done in the name of religion. People died in the name of religion. Back then, when women had an epiphany, they had a design or an idea, they were stoned. Because they were witches. They were seen as witches. They were fucking stoned by children and people throwing rocks at women for being a bit different. That's Christianity. Now Jesus is king. Now God is love and mercy and all this. You changed it. Whoever is a religious person here, you changed it. But you cannot change God. There's no such thing. So you have to ask yourself, did God just stop doing it altogether? Did he do it just put more, fucking under the carpet? Why do people do it? People change the religious stories. There's no such thing as, all love and mercy. Why is he jealous if there's no other gods? Why is he jealous for you praying to other gods? He knows they do not exist. He knows your mind. He knows everything about you. And yet he's jealous. Is it because those gods do exist and he's afraid he's losing you? I mean, otherwise, why didn't he change everything in this world? Why didn't he just take hold of everything? Because everything's out of control. And that's his control. I mean, these things do not happen because God doesn't know what to do. I mean, if you're telling me this goes two ways. Either God wants whatever is happening now, the miscarriages, babies in dustbins, bad cancers, very bad wars right now. There's a country where they are fighting about this. People are being murdered for their beliefs and not being protected by any gods. It's like parties and countries, when they say, hey, elect me for mayor, we're going to change the world. And then you elect him for mayor, nothing happens. It's like those. The people are fighting because they think God is the true one thing, and yet nothing's happening to help them. And in the Bible, you just say God and you are fucking protected, VIP. Nowadays, you just fucking die. That's it. You can be so tough and so heroic, you die because there's nothing that exists to help you there. Okay? That's the thing. Either this is all of his control, or he has no control over anything. He has no control over anything. He made free will, and that was when the handle flew off. He's just like, oh fuck, I can't take away free will right now. It's just there now. People are fucking around, and I can't stop them. It's just they do it. So, how do you even in his beautiful, untouchable heaven, the first rebellion happened. The first sin was committed. A place where there was no sin, there was fucking sin everywhere. Now imagine this. This is where everything hits a flaw, all right? How can the angel, Lucifer, the archangel, how can he, who knows God exists, he did this, he saw him, he was the most in contact, knowing that he was born and he was made from a God. We don't even know, but he knew, and still, with the lack of his powers, the lack of his abilities, knowing how powerful God is, he still rebelled? For what? Right? Like, how does that... I mean, if you go to heaven, what makes you think you made it? If an angel said it's not enough. Imagine how bad heaven should be for the devil to break out. I mean, if you have it all, why more? Right? Why need more? And also, the angels didn't have free will. How did Lucifer obtain free will? What's up, Connor? How's it going? Sometimes I think there's no God, there is no devil, there is positive and negative power. Yeah, that's true. That's what I'm trying to say. And so the same thing is, when there was the floods, they wanted to wash away sins. It prevailed. Don't you think they drowned fucking millions of people? Just so that it can come back? It was for nothing. Was there a type B sin and now we have a type A sin? What's up, Brownie? So what was the floods for if it was to erase sins? The one thing that persisted after the floods, those people were drowning for nothing. And then there was Jesus, just for the forgiveness. People are still unforgiving. They still just... It's like if he didn't just listen to this, if he never died on that cross, things will still have went the way it was supposed to until today. Nothing changed when he did that. We can make a big connotation and put big fucking actions behind it, and big rules and reasons, but at the end of the day, here we are. And it would have been this way, even with or without. I mean, his sacrifice didn't change other countries. Their religion persisted the way it was. It didn't change their religion. When he died, God wasn't like, okay, now I'm going to give all the other religions the same rules, right? And why did it only happen in one place? The whole biblical explanation only happened in one place. It didn't happen in all the other places. It was just around one place. I'm not talking about one country. I'm actually talking about one country. And also, riddle me this. Why did every other country develop 4 things? Language, religion, drugs, and stories. They all discovered fire. They didn't learn it from each other. They all discovered fire on their own terms. God didn't show them fire. Here's my point of perspective. If I put you on an island, a little island, with with 2 parents, a mother and a father, and they're all atheists, they don't know about God, they don't know anything about it, and you are born on that island with them, and you grow up and you see your father fishing, you see your mother building nets and house and everything like that. You will not wake up one day and be like, "Hey, mom, dad, I just want to say I woke up. I had this whole dream about Christianity, and so I just want to tell you about these things. Do you have time for our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ?" He's not going to be like that, okay? But he's going to wake up one morning and tell his parents, "Look, dad, you've been fishing for 5 hours a day. I built a fishing rod, and I think we're going to use the net mother built to actually just put it in there, and then we don't need to fish. We can technologically advance a little bit more, because that's what we do. We are curious, we see problems, and we build beautiful solutions. Technology, math, certain tactics, improving in tactics and ways and things that we do. We improve on rules, we improve on daily choices. I mean, the choices we make now are so much different from the choices back then. So in certain ways, technological advances is in our nature, but religion keeps constant proving us that it's not meant for this world. This world continues on suffering with or without your religion. You can say, yeah, but my God, nothing. You will suffer still. I mean, after suffering everything, I don't think there's love left to give. Like, hey, did you enjoy Earth? I gave you so much shit. I gave you so much illnesses. All the trauma of people being shot in front of you, dying of illnesses in front of you, having to lose children that you had to bear. I'm just happy that I gave you a planet for you to suffer on. Are you feeling better now? Can I put you in my heaven? Oh wait, you didn't believe in me because I was absent during your chaos. So no, I'm gonna put you in further chaos. I'm gonna put you in hell for the rest of your life because I'm incapable of reasoning what I made. As a god, I made you from what I understand, and now I'm in disbelief. I built you, and I'm disbelieving in you. Please refine your language. Yeah, I struggle to talk English. It's my secondary language. Afrikaans is my enige taal, maar niemand van julle volk gaan ken wat Afrikaans is nie. So I speak English because Afrikaans is not for you guys. Love suffer. Love suffers all things. I don't care about what happens to be when I die. I cannot help anyone when I'm dead. I have to do the best I can while I'm here. Try to leave the world a better place than when I found it. Yeah, that's true. NMR, may I ask who you're talking to? Just answer the question I asked just now, not the LGBTQ plus one if you're uncomfortable. What? There was a question about LGBTQ? Dude, you have to stop lying though at New Moon. Oh. Lying about what? Now you have to be specific. What do you think I was lying about? It's almost time to end chat. Shit, it's been 2 hours. Good lord. You're making stuff up because you don't understand. What stuff am I making up? These are all facts that I was saying, by the way. These are things that I have been looking into. It's not today that I thought about this. This is actual discussion that's been long on to the point. Man, you can't tell me I'm lying because we are advancing technological wise. A person who says he's is good never says he is good. Oh, well, that's probably true, unless he wants to feel like knowledge for being a good person. I don't know, but you can't say that I'm lying about. We will have to be like technologically advancing instead of just wake up one morning and be like, "Oh, I understand God's here." It doesn't matter when you though of it or thought of it. You're still lying. Why would you say that? It's because you're in disbelief of what I said. You can't even give a fact. You can only say that I'm lying because it doesn't nurture your safety and feeling of having hope. That is why the reason I'm saying, like, if you believe in religion, it's good. But if you want to know why I don't believe, that's the reason I don't believe. I don't think religion is a bad thing though. Someone said Connor is a bully and they said they'll report me for bullying and I'm never a bully. Yeah. Okay, guys, my phone is sincerely about to die. It's at its peak. So I think that's also enough class for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow and we'll discuss this further. Some of you may have strong and weak points. We're gonna work on that. I'm from India and after a long time I get a like-minded friend. Oh, that's good. When the young man said to Jesus, God, Master, Jesus told him, do not call me good. Only God is good. Yeah, I wonder what God he was referring to. The one that was killing him and everything else around it. Religion and technology can go hand in hand. The issue is morality without the pureness of the heart is dangerous. Why do people think that to have good morals, you need to believe in something? Why do I need to be motivated by God to be a good person? Can't you just be a good person? Like, I'm a good person. I know I'm a good person. I do good things. I'd rather avoid violence and I'd rather avoid being disrespectful and unreasonable. I like when everyone wins at the table. Even though I lose something, I can sleep better at night knowing I made a few people feel good about themselves. That's just the way. I do lie. I have those tendency of being a human being where I do lie. I do become irritated. I do become angry. Sometimes when I'm angry, I say things I don't mean, and then I hurt people. It's fucking normal. I think that's a normal human being. I gossip. I have secrets. And sometimes because of my age and I'm naive and arrogant, I do dumb things. That's a normal person. But whenever I can and have the most control of this, I try my best to keep my emotions under control and give people the best benefits of any situation. They can't think out of the box. But it's just nice to be nice. Yeah, it's just nice to be nice. Why do we need to feel like it needs to be motivated by some horrific or brilliant thing? It doesn't need to be. If you don't have a nature of being a good person, you need God for you to be a good person, then that's fucking shame, bro. You can believe whatever you want. We all return back to nature. Yeah, that's true. Also, there's one thing you won't see the heaven because your soul cannot carry memory. Your brain carries memory. Your brain, the synapses, the neurons, they carry. It's the only thing that helps memory to conform, to think in the past and in the future, to have theories and to speak. That's the brain's work. When your soul goes up, there's no organ there that can keep a fucking memory anywhere. So without that, I mean, yeah, let's say your soul goes, you won't be there to see it. You'll be rotting in the ground. Also, one thing, you don't go into a dark room if that's everyone's fear after death. You need to be awake to see darkness. You need to be awake to actually experience a dark room. You have to go watch Alan Watts and what he lectured about death after life. It's really not the horrific because the thing is because we don't know what's going to happen, it gives us a fear. So we have to like shove religion into everything until it kind of ease our stress and worries. Religion stoic practice normally works on overcoming sin. That's why self-reflection of being made pure rather than ego. I think sin is just to be aware of bad traits in society. If you are on an island and there was five women, I bet you actually, let's say it was you were the only person on earth and there were five women, you will mate with just the way it is to contribute to like bring human being back to its point where it is now. You'll need more than one wife, and in Christianity you're not allowed. So can you imagine that? Cheers, Brownie. I think our soul doesn't go to a place. I think our soul goes to nature, back to earth. I think the afterlife will feel much the same as how it felt before I was born. Nothingness. Yes, Big Z, that's actually how it is. Where were you 4 billion years before this? This is your 60 minute of fame before you disappear again. Are you really trying to have to let him in? You have to let him in. Yeah, you have to like accept there's something. We need a hero. We will unite all religions and make one, but we can't do it because we are lazy. We are lazy and we only believe in predictions of our own circumstances, I would say. Brownie, thanks a bit. It's been talking. Oh, thanks a bit. Also, Brownie, I have ADHD. Oh, Connor, Jesus. Anyway, guys, yeah, I think that also concludes our speeches of today. I'll be on tomorrow, I think. No promises. But yeah, and hopefully we can speak about something else rather than religion. Because I think we can have like legit good conversations. Nowhere in the Bible does it say you cannot have more than one wife. Solomon had 1,000 wives. And yet we cannot commit adultery. Anyway, cheers, you guys. Be safe and thanks. I enjoy the support. for just having these conversations. It's fun while it lasted. But yeah, for those in religious parts, keep believing and be strong. And yeah, don't believe what everyone tells you about your religion. You have your ways, and that's your ways. And I don't think it makes you any more different or less special in any way. For the atheists as well. But yeah, cheers, guys. Be safe and peace.